Picture this. Final lap at Sonoma Raceway. The race is almost over. And then, right there, just short of the finish line, everything stops. Not because of a crash, not because of a caution, because something happened in the closing seconds of this race that split an entire NASCAR fanbase straight down the middle. Fans in the infield froze. Voices inside the garage went quiet, and by the time NASCAR made its official ruling, what looked like one of the most human moments in recent racing history had turned into one of the most debated penalties of the 2026 season. Because Shane Van Gisbergen didn't just win at Sonoma, he sent a message to every single team in that paddock. Before a single wheel turned in anger, SVG had already done something psychologically devastating to his competitors. He put his number 9 JR Motorsports Chevrolet on pole position. Jeff Gluck observed, "SVG's road course advantage isn't just braking, it's race management, tire conservation, and never making mistakes." Quote, "This wasn't just a fast qualifying lap. This was a calculated statement." And Jordan Bianchi framed exactly what the paddock was quietly feeling. Everyone keeps asking who's going to beat Shane Van Gisbergen on road courses. Right now, the bigger question might be, who's even close enough to challenge him? Nobody had a clean answer. And then the race started, and SVG began doing what he does on road courses better than anyone in NASCAR right now. Before we go further, if you're on NASCAR Racing Central and you haven't subscribed yet, we are 42 subscribers away from 1,500 and we are almost there. Hit subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment, and share this video with any NASCAR fan you know. This is exactly the kind of breakdown we deliver every week, and your support is what keeps this channel going. Now back to Sonoma, because this is where it gets serious. Here is why SVG is genuinely terrifying on road courses, and it has nothing to do with raw speed alone. He brakes later than his competitors without unsettling the car's balance. He rotates through Sonoma's tight technical corners with surgical precision. He gets on the throttle earlier out of each turn, building momentum before rivals have even finished correcting their steering. And the result isn't drama. It's consistency, lap after lap, corner after corner. His tire management functions as a weapon, preserving grip through the middle stages so that when the closing laps arrive, he still has a reserve layer of pace that nobody else can match. Pit Road Pulse captured it precisely. SVG wasn't flashy today. That's what made it terrifying. No mistakes, no panic, just relentless consistency. The real question building inside the garage wasn't whether SVG was fast, it was whether JR Motorsports has quietly constructed a road course package that no other team in NASCAR can even understand, let alone replicate. SiriusXM NASCAR reported, "Road courses continue to feel like SVG's playground. Teams are studying the data, but nobody has found the answer yet." Then the story that was supposed to be entirely about dominance became something else. Connor Zillish started the race at the very back of the field. An unapproved pre-race adjustment cost him his grid position before the race even began. Then, just as he started building momentum during green flag pit stops, a speeding penalty sent him backward again. For most drivers, the race emotionally ends right there. But Zillish launched one of the most composed recovery drives of the 2026 season, methodically picking off veteran after veteran, corner after corner, lap after lap. Zillish confirmed post-race, starting at the back, speeding penalty, and still came home P2. Proud of this number 1 team. "We kept fighting all afternoon." Racing America noted, Connor Zillish's comeback deserves almost as much attention as SVG's victory. With a handful of laps remaining, Zillish sat in second place, and the gap was shrinking. Timing screens showed it. Social media erupted. Was SVG actually vulnerable? But afterward, even Zillish acknowledged that SVG appeared to be managing his pace the entire time, holding a reserve layer of control that was completely invisible from the outside. Turn 4 Talk framed it perfectly. Connor Zillish proved today he's the future. Shane Van Gisbergen proved he's still the present. But here's the thing, none of that is why Sonoma is still being argued about. Final lap. The front of the race is effectively decided, but deeper in the field, a driver runs completely out of fuel and stops, just short of the finish line. His GMS Racing teammate, already fighting through a difficult afternoon, makes a split-second decision. He pushes the stranded car across the finish line. The crowd reacts, fans celebrate. It looks like one of those genuine moments that remind people exactly why they love motorsport. Then NASCAR steps in. The ruling comes down. The crossing does not count. Assistance from another competitor on track violated the rulebook. What looked like an act of pure sportsmanship becomes an official penalty. Bob Pockrass reported. Late race assistance on the final lap sparked another rules debate after Sonoma. NASCAR's interpretation followed the rulebook, but expect fans to keep discussing this one. And the debate that followed didn't split 60-40. It split almost exactly down the middle, and that number tells you everything about where this fan base actually stands. One side argues the rulebook is the rulebook. Competitive integrity must be protected. You cannot allow teammates to physically push cars across finish lines, regardless of the circumstances or the intent behind the decision. The other side asks a harder question. Is this really what NASCAR should look like? A teammate makes a human decision in a desperate moment during the final seconds of a race and gets punished for it. Neither argument is going away, and NASCAR hasn't offered anything beyond the rulebook citation to close it. SVG now holds 3 Sonoma victories, 2 in the Xfinity Series and 1 in the Cup Series, built in a remarkably short window of time. Dale Jr. acknowledged post-race, "That was one of the cleanest road course drives you'll see." SVG never looked rattled. The CW Sports observed, "JR Motorsports unloaded with elite pace all weekend. Shane controlled the race. Connor recovered brilliantly. That's a scary combination heading into future road courses." SVG was also lined up to start 6th in Sunday's Cup race at Sonoma, with a potential weekend sweep on the table. And with the Trackhouse racing situation still evolving, with Zillish proving he belongs at the front of a race field, and with rival teams still searching for any real answer on road courses, the schedule ahead looks increasingly one-sided. Oval racing fans said what many are quietly feeling. "I've watched NASCAR for years, and I've rarely seen someone make Sonoma look this easy. Everyone else looked like they were chasing ghosts." Stock car critics stated that matching SVG on road courses now requires a completely different approach, and at this point in the 2026 season, nobody has found it. If teams are chasing ghosts on road courses right now, what happens when SVG gets to the next one? And the one after that? 2 things happened at Sonoma that the NASCAR world cannot agree on. Whether Shane Van Gisbergen is operating in a completely different dimension on road courses, or whether JR Motorsports has constructed something that demands a serious conversation about competitive parity across the field. And whether NASCAR's ruling at that finish line protected the integrity of the sport, or penalized exactly the kind of human instinct that makes people fall in love with racing in the first place. If you were that teammate on the final lap, watching your partner stranded just short of the finish line, do you push him across and accept the consequences? Or do you follow the rulebook and drive past? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if this kind of deep NASCAR breakdown is what you come here for, share this video, because the Sonoma debate isn't over, and more people need to be part of this conversation. We are building something real on NASCAR Racing Central. Subscribe if you haven't already, and stay locked in. Because Sonoma wasn't just a race, it was a warning. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next.